Greetings and salutations, Earthlings. Zube here. It has been a minute, like 2 weeks, I think, is what the YouTube told me. I have been busy traveling and whatnot. I am Zube. This is going to be a random collective reading. If you are interested in a personal reading, astrology, or tarot, my information is down below. I like to bless us before I begin. So there's your blessing. Do I have a message today? Kind of. It didn't come to me in meditation. I've been just burning my candle at both ends. So take that for what it's worth, because in part I have these like theories that in general, I'm just a more present person. So like even when I'm really busy and I don't have time to meditate, I take a lot of pauses. I'm in constant conversation with my higher power, which I call God. And, all of that being said, my meditation game has not been tip top. And I'm okay with that. I do make a point when I'm feeling really frazzled to make sure that I meditate. That's a long way of saying that the message I'm bringing into this is thus. A lot of people are, for some reason, I'm just going to say it, because for some reason what keeps coming in is hashtag, there's no such thing as winning. Okay. So like, a lot of people are really going through it. And that is not to say I have been busy with a lot of readings, but and there's struggle, and it's not without triumph. There are people who are having successes, but there are also people who are encountering like obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And there's something to that. And like some of the people that I have been following on YouTube have been saying something similar, where like, we're not supposed to win here. Like, Earth is not real, like this is like college for souls. I don't know. Maybe that vibes with you. It does vibe with me. Like, it's about being here and seeing and learning the lesson in everything. And that doesn't always look like winning. And sometimes it even looks like losing, but there's no winning or losing. It's about becoming a better person and having integrity. The card that came out, we got the King of Wands. That's sitting in our throne. It's creating. I mean, this is like daring to create, even in the midst of adversity, or, daring to dream, being courageous, like being kind of like the fuck it. Oh, well, I'm going to do like this thing. Maybe it'll crash and burn. Maybe it'll be awesome, but it's on my heart to try it. And this is the internal energy. So no, I'm not even, because when that card fell out, I wasn't even planning on like pulling a card out yet. It just sort of plopped out. So we're going to call this in the background of like the whole reading is the King of Wands, remembering that we are creators and like creating in the face of challenge. Like that's what we're supposed to do. Like taking negative experiences or difficult experiences or like unrealized dreams or adversaries and or adversarial energy, and taking that to like fuel you into creating, even if it's in a different area. Like, so the other day I did this thing where I was like, oh, this is kind of a cool message. I was like, you know what, God, I don't think Earth is real. Like, I'm like, I mean, I think it's real. It doesn't mean we go around being douchebags because this is just like a video game. But I'm like, I think this is even less real than I think it is. And I think the real comes after we're here. And I was like, if this is true, give me a sign, like, give me a really big sign. It's almost, but it's actually really funny, which is why I'm laughing. I probably lost like 195% of people, but I was driving to go bowling with my son afterwards. And this is later, like after I asked God for a sign that like Earth isn't real. Like, and we were driving to the bowling alley, and on the way there, I was like, dude, do you want to go bowling or would you rather go to a movie? You know, and I was like, I'm happy to go bowling. I'm not saying I want to go to the movie, but for some reason, I thought to ask you, would you rather go to a movie? And his eyes kind of perked up and he was like, well, what's playing? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you look it up and pick something out? And so he picks out The Matrix. And it's apparently the 25th anniversary, like, release of The Matrix. And I didn't even put it together until we watched the whole movie. And afterwards, I'm like, you know, concluding my day. And I was like, hold on. I asked God for a sign that Earth isn't real. And randomly, my son, not even me, picks out the movie The Matrix, which I didn't even know was playing. Like, that feels like a pretty signy sign that this isn't real. I mean, like, you got to be cool and be loving and, you know, do good shit and like behave yourself. We didn't come here to do the most because fuck it, it's not real. Like, especially if we're awake and aware, like, we want to have integrity, but the weight of it all, like, can we let go of that a little bit? So, internal energy. The Page of Pentacles, that's like new beginnings. Pages are childlike energy. Pentacles are earth. So we're creating something, we're building something. But on the inside, this is like the hope or the aspirations, childlike aspirations we have towards what we want to, what kind of earthly thing we want to build. Whoa. And what is external confusion, the Seven of Cups. We're like, which way do I go? There's a fog. It's so confusing here. Like, I can't tell what is what and what is emerging. Like, do I make a choice? And the fog will clear, you know, whenever I see the Seven of Cups, it's like, don't attach to anything. You don't, this guy doesn't want to like reach his hand through the mist and grab any old cup, like being hasty or just forcing himself or impulsively making a choice. This is kind of like, give things time to like percolate and reveal themselves. More will be revealed. We're navigating the unknown. And I think this is becoming more and more complicated and difficult because we're learning to do so and be okay with it, like, of not knowing what is going to happen. And here we are, we're just like this childlike energy we want to create. What does God see? Yeah, heartbreak. I mean, we could be like time. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, and this is from what God sees. Like, but the Three of Swords is also healing. So we could be healing old karmic patterns or healing parts of us that believe if I don't have this thing, I am not good enough, or worthiness, which I think every human being has issues somewhere seated in worthiness. And so like the Page of Pentacles is learning to, like, I'm thinking of little kids and they would just play with dirt and be like, look, mom, like maybe we're overachieving and we can just show our cosmic mother and father our mud pies, like, and have that be enough. Like we're here to play. Why am I saying like so much? That's not really one of my ticks. Anyway, but we're healing. But I mean, there's heartache and like, yeah, there's going to be some of that. 3 cards came out when I wanted to clarify this 3 of Swords, and they came out in this order. 7 of Wands. And this is what God sees. So the 7 of Wands is standing up for ourselves, fighting off anybody, like holding our own space while other people or other energies might be coming at us. It's holding a strong boundary. It can also be fighting off like helpful people too. So we don't want to be overly defensive, but once we contain ourselves, turn away from the world. I've been hearing that a lot. I've also been hearing Leave the World Behind, which is that movie. Like, I don't know if you guys saw it on Netflix. It's kind of interesting, but I've been hearing Leave the World Behind. And I'm like, shut up. That's just me repeating a movie. But sometimes we talk ourselves out of things that our guides are really saying. But anyways, the 7 of Wands, it's like, hold your own. I think it's really important for us right now to be like contained so that we know what is ours and what is others. And then the 4 of Wands comes after that. This is a homecoming. It's 11/11, a spiritual homecoming. It can be like divine partnerships or running into, people who are meant to be in our lives. 4 of Wands are fire. That's our heart energy. And this can be like a housewarming. We could literally be like moving into a new home or feeling more at home, but this comes after we kind of create space around ourselves to figure out what it is to heal our own heartbreak and anxiety and stress, and make sure that we're not like taking on others anxiety and stresses. And then the Magician, this is where we create. So they came out in this order, like hold your own space. The 4 of Wands with there is going to be a homecoming, but we have to come home within ourselves, and then that's the point where we can create from. But we don't want to hastily jump into like making choices and decisions. We don't stop doing stuff, but we remember, like, we are here to master creativity and igniting in real life, which is like not real, as I learned, fan the flame. Like what does divine inspiration call us to do? I'm going to read this oracle. I am probably going to leave it here after this one oracle card. It's kind of a short reading, I realized, but I babbled for a while. I've had just a lot of stuff going on. I think everyone has this eclipse season is being just a little bit extra. All right. Oops. Ascension. I was going to say, this is kind of new earth vibes too. We have to be like children to usher in the new earth. but we got ascension, transformation, end of a cycle, beginnings. I wonder if you guys can hear my cats like yowling. I think you might not be able to. All right, so 34. Look at that picture though. It's a butterfly on a skull. Like there's going to be death, meaning endings, and destruction that will create the fertile ground that we want to rebuild from and like grow our new lives. You've started the process of entirely reprogramming your thinking in order to materialize anything you desire. Welcome to your journey of self-transformation through love. Keep in mind that it has to come from your imagination. Consider you're already who you want to be. It can only manifest and incarnate in this time and place if you completely transform yourself. The imaginings that bring your senses into alignment with truth are the source of your transformation. Allow yourself to live from the perspective, this perspective, I think it's supposed to be, never allowing your mind to be dissuaded from what it desires. Forget about doubt and the how. Claim it for yourself. Use it for manifesting everything and anything you desire. Live as though all you want is already your reality. You must completely surrender to the belief that your desire exists before it is manifested in the physical world. Your body is not who you truly are. Choose to invest in your imagination and live in the knowledge that you are inviting your heart to change your life. From the inside out, we all change. Live from a place beyond the limits of physical reality. Envision yourself in the position you desire. Allow yourself to let go of everything you aren't and embrace, accept, and tell yourself all you desire in the context of everything you are. We're meant to step back and hold space for ourselves so that we can disentangle from the other players in this, reality, what we call our reality, and continue to create, because what we are seeing on the outside is not matching up with what it is that we want. And I think there is a disappointment that then brings our vibration down, man. And like, I hate that. I hate, whatever, sounding like a surfer dude. Nothing wrong with surfer dudes, but I dated a few in my youth. But yeah, it's bringing us down. I think we are being brought down by disappointments, and we are doubting ourselves, doubting our worth. And if we can do a lot of envisioning, imaginary, dates with ourselves, just imagining what it is, and specifically how we want to feel, because that's how we bring things into reality. And when we can carry that hope and that light through any darkness, like that's our saving grace, Anyway, I am going to get going. I rambled a lot in this one. I miss doing this. I miss you guys. Have a great day on earth. Peace. Namaste.